I'll tell you what, man. Geno Smith becoming the Las Vegas Raiders quarterback for the foreseeable future is the gift that keeps on giving in terms of, look, he's going to play well, winning record, we get all that. But in terms of content also, good job, Geno. Keep taking pictures with people that might be on our team next year because you're giving me stuff to talk about and you're giving Raider fans intrigue, excitement. The last few days, Geno Smith has been spotted. It's like Where's Waldo, Geno Smith version. Has been spotted with Shedeur Sanders. Has been spotted with Stefon Diggs. And these aren't just random soon-to-be pros or professional athletes. These are both people who are around the Raiders organization in terms of people who might play for them in the very near future, like next season. Now, I want to talk about Shedeur Sanders and the possibility of still taking him at 6. I know there's a lot of people that are anti-draft Shedeur at 6. Now, there are pundits and reporters that are saying he's going to fall out of the first round, and maybe that would help us get him in the second round or trade back into the first and grab him because I don't think he passes the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are desperate to find any sort of young quarterback that they can mold. And then I'd mentioned Stefon Diggs last week. A couple days ago on one of my Bleacher Report live streams as a potential landing spot for the Las Vegas Raiders with Stefon Diggs. And I said I don't know how healthy he'd be. Now, I didn't watch the full video of him working out. I heard that he kind of looks a little But if he's starting to ramp back up, running decent-ish routes with any sort of NFL quarterback, I think that goes to show you that he might be healthy. So, look, we're going to get into all that. I need to tell you something extremely exciting about this channel. I never thought I'd say this, but you're about to get hit with an ad read. That's right, your boy, ALLaBorde Raiders. This channel has a sponsor officially. Now, when you get hit with this ad read, I know the temptation is going to be to blast right through it. Look, I'm not asking you to buy something or to pay for something that you don't want or need. I am simply asking that you just watch the ad read because when you get hit with them throughout the next few videos here, just consider it because I've gone out of my way to sift through the best products and services for the viewer. And they've sent me this thing that you're about to get the ad read for. It's right here on my floor. It is next level. It's elite. If you want to support the channel further, by also getting something in return, this is the way to do it. Because right now, this is a trial run with this sponsor. But if enough people buy the product using the promo code that is in the description, and also it's the pinned comment through the Amazon link after you check out with the Amazon item, I don't want to give it away, in your cart, there's a little button that shows you where you can use promo codes. That's where you use the promo code. If you buy stuff that is sponsored with this channel, I get to re-up with that partner. So that's a way to support the channel further, but you also get something out of it. I'm sifting through all the best and brightest products and services for you guys. We'll take a break so you can see the ad read in its entirety right now. Before we go any further, I just have to tell you about the sponsor for this video, Bob and Brad. This is the C2 Pro Massage Gun with heat and cold therapy. They sent me this thing a couple days ago. I went to play a little bit of basketball, cut to me doing something cool in the basketball court. I played for probably 2.5, 3 hours, and after I was done, my legs were a little sore. I'm not going to lie to you. And this thing absolutely saved my legs, without a doubt. This portable device seamlessly combines cold and heat therapy with 2 presets for targeted pain relief. The LED display provides customizable speed and force control with 5 built-in speeds. And the coolest thing about this, I think, that not a lot of people talk about when they get this, is that it gives you actual routines and it shows you the muscles that you can work out. Also, if you're not an athlete, if you're just sore, if you're sitting in a chair like me all day and need a little bit of neck relief, it's unbelievable. Cut to me using the neck relief for the first time. Oh. Yeah, that gets the job done. That's nice. The exciting thing today is that if you go to the link in the description below, it's going to be in the description or on the screen right here, and use the promo code Bob and Brad C2. You get 10% off this bad boy right here. It's already cheap for everything that it gets you, everything that you can use it for. 10% off. Use it. It helps the channel out tremendously. And I'm telling you guys, I would not push on specific products to you if I didn't think they were worth it. And this thing I'm going to be using every day, not just as an athlete, but as someone who needs to feel better about themselves physically. This is the product for you. Shout out to Bob and Brad. Hopefully we can get them back here by you guys using the product. And in the Discord, there's going to be a section for sponsorships where I want you guys taking pictures of you getting the product, using it. We're going to be talking about all the sponsorships in my Discord. Link is in the description below for the promo code Bob and Brad C2, 10% off. Back to the video. Okay, we're back. Back from the ad read. Pretty freaking cool. This thing, I'm telling you, I literally use it every day on my shoulders and my neck. It's like I'm a new person. When I play basketball, look, I'm 26 years old. I didn't think that I would need to stretch, but I do. And this thing is like, you stretch, you use this thing. It is unbelievable. My roommate's been stealing it for days, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. Let's talk about what do I want to do first. Shedeur Sanders. Let's just do Shedeur Sanders right now because, again, there's a lot of people in my Discord, link in the description below. It's free. That are anti-taking Shedeur at 6. Now, look. In an ideal world, in a perfect world, would I want to use the 6th overall pick on a person who's not going to play for at least 1 year? No, I would not do that in an ideal world. However, if John Spytek and Pete Carroll and Tom Brady and Chip Kelly and the Raiders brass and the new ownership and Mark Davis all believe that this guy could be the future of the franchise and that Geno is the perfect veteran mentor for Shedeur Sanders, and the only way you can guarantee to get him is at 6, assuming that the Giants aren't desperate enough to take him at 3, which they might be, or Cleveland at 2, if Cam Ward's already gone at 1. You have to take him. Now look, Ashton Genty's going to be there at 6. Maybe there's a Will Campbell. There's a world in where Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter maybe falls. I know T-Mac is intriguing. He just ran a 4.48, which is pretty good speed for a big, strong wideout like him. Again, perfect world, ideal world. I wouldn't want to take him at 6, but here's the deal. Shedeur Sanders seems to need time to develop. Geno Smith taking this picture with Shedeur, and I almost forgot I have it queued up right here, taking this picture with him, knowing dang well, Geno that is, that there's still a chance that we could take him. This at least shows me that Geno is okay with the prospect of being a mentor to Shedeur. That is something that I wasn't sure that Geno would be okay with. I don't know if he was like, nah, get me Genty at 6 or bust. I didn't know if he was going to have an Aaron Rodgers type reaction to this, although all reports are that Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love have a pretty good relationship, and Aaron Rodgers won back-to-back MVPs since they drafted Jordan Love in 2018? I don't even remember. 2020? 2021? I don't know. The years are all blending together. All that to say, this picture, if anything, and I don't know how much it means, it at least shows that Geno is okay being a mentor to somebody for a couple of years. He's not this 22-year-old, we're going to make the playoffs with the Jets, rah-rah guy. You know, he did say they wrote me off, I didn't write back. He does have a chip on his shoulder, and he's not just going to give up his job either. And that's the beautiful thing about drafting a rookie quarterback with Aiden O'Connell in the mix as well, is that it doesn't matter how much money Geno Smith is making. Pete Carroll will start the best player. And if they draft Shedeur, whether that's at 6 or they trade back up into the 20s or they get him in the second round, and Shedeur ends up being better than Geno, Shedeur is going to start. Now, I don't foresee that happening. Geno's a really good quarterback. He's top 10-ish, top 12, right? Excuse me. I'm burping. Oh, I hope you didn't hear that. Oh, it tastes like, I'm not going to gross you out, never mind. But it does taste like something for sure. I'm happy that Geno is hanging out with him to show that he's okay with mentoring somebody. But taking him at 6, like, look, guys, if they take him at 6, again, who are we to say that Pete Carroll and John Spytek and Tom Brady don't know what they're doing? The idea that we can Jordan Love Shedeur Sanders for 2 seasons. You can draft a running back in the second or third round. You can get a wide receiver in rounds 2 or 3 that can still have an impact. Maybe they sign a Stefon Diggs, so they don't want a T-Mac. Maybe all the huge impact players are gone except for Genty. It's too early for Genty at 6. They don't want to trade back because they think somebody can Michael Penix them again and trade back up to get Shedeur. So they take him at 6. and Shedeur learns for multiple seasons. I think everybody would sign up. Comment below if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Would everybody not sign up for Shedeur Sanders being our second-round draft pick and learning under Geno for a couple of years? Yes, we would all take Shedeur in the second round. Agreed, and having him learn under Geno. That'd be perfect. And the reason you do that is because you think in 2 years, when Geno is gone, or in 3 years or 4 years when he's not playing as well as maybe he should be, and we want to make the change to a younger, more dynamic player, you would believe that in 2 or 3 years, Shedeur has learned the Chip Kelly system and has learned enough how to be a pro under Geno Smith that he can take over. So if you think that is the case, that can happen, and you are willing to do that in the second round, now I'm going to flip the script on you and say, what if you could only do it at 6? But you still think it's the same possibility, that in a few years, the best case scenario is that Geno gives Shedeur the franchise. How can you not at least consider that? Consider the idea of taking Shedeur at 6, only because there's a risk that you don't get him again. And I've seen Shedeur Sanders be compared to the best version of Geno Smith. Strong enough arm, athletic body that can run around but isn't going to run you over like Josh Allen or outrun you like Lamar Jackson. Accurate passer, distributes the football, runs the offense. That sounds like Geno Smith to me. And again, Shedeur could be a better version of that because he has, his father, who was one of the greatest athletes of his generation. That blood runs through Shedeur's veins, right? I'm just saying, don't be surprised if there's a world in which Shedeur Sanders is there at 6, and we seriously consider taking him or even take him. I warned you about Aiden starting last year. Now, that didn't actually happen, but I knew that they were going to roll with him and a veteran. I warned you about the Brock Bowers situation. There could be a chance that he can fall right to us. And I do think there's probably a contingent of people in the Raiders locker room that are thinking, do we go Shedeur at 6, or do we go Gentry at 6, or do we trade back and hope that one of the two or T-Mac is there at 9 or 10? Because I think those are the top 3 players that we're considering, assuming that they don't think Mason Graham is going to surpass Adam Butler or Christian Wilkins, which I don't think he will either. So comment below your thoughts on that. As I transition to tell you a little bit about my Patreon and making sure you're subscribing, and then we're going to get to Stefon Diggs real fast. About 50% of you that are watching this video, you're lurking. You've been watching all my videos, but you're not hitting that subscribe button. Somebody subscribed because I told them where I got this helmet, okay? That's all it's going to take. Tell me what it's going to take to get you to subscribe. I'll respond to every comment that says, hey, show me a picture of an apple, and I'll subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. And then Patreon, links in the description below. This is another way to support the channel further, and you get bang for your buck. I don't want you to just super chat a bunch of stuff to me for no apparent reason. If you want your name at the end of the credits, if you want exclusive content, if you want ad-free content, if you want videos like this days in advance, join the Patreon, patreon.com/ALLaBorde. Link is in the description below. Like I said, the sponsor of this video is Bob and Brad. This C2 massage gun is absolutely insane. I almost said CO2, carbon dioxide. Excuse me. The link is in the description below that you can get 10% off. It is pinned the top comment, and it is also linked in the description below. I mentioned Stefon Diggs earlier, and the take that I have on this is that he is a little more healthy than I thought he would be at this moment in time. Now, the problem with Stefon Diggs is that he has a little bit of an attitude problem. I mean, it's not anything to compare him to like Chad Ochocinco or Terrell Owens. Like, it's not detriment to the team. He's still a phenomenal player. He kind of walks the walk, even though he does talk the talk a lot. I will say, having a coach like Pete Carroll, being able to manage a bunch of different egos, a Russell Wilson, a DK Metcalf, a Marshawn Lynch, like a Richard Sherman, right? He's going to know how to get the best out of every single player, and people are going to want to play for Pete Carroll. So if it's a question of attitude, I wouldn't worry about that because, like I said, when he's out there and ball, and it doesn't matter what this guy says, on or off the field, I think him and Geno clearly mesh well because they're working out together. And a year ago, before he tore his ACL, he had another 1,000-yard, 100-catch season. Stefon Diggs is not a scrub. The only concern would be, is he healthy? Which I wonder, it makes me think, are they waiting to see the medical evaluation of Stefon Diggs before they offer him a contract? I wonder if he's going through physicals and stuff right now because he will be on a team next year. Someone is going to take a chance on him. Is that going to be the Las Vegas Raiders? Is Geno Smith already vying for him? And you know what's also interesting is, like, can we get this Geno extension done? It's going to drive me crazy that we haven't had a press conference with him yet because I know he's going to be giving us sound bites, and I'm going to make videos about that for days, about the Geno Smith press conference, or lack thereof at this moment in time. But can we please get that done? Geno, can you sign on the dotted line? I'm sure that's why they're waiting to sign other free agents too, right? Like a new veteran wide receiver, because we don't know how much money we're going to have left after Geno signs his probably $40-ish million extension. I've heard 5 years, $200 million. I mean, that's, even if that is the case, it's not actually going to be that because there's going to be a way to get out of it 3 years in with no more guaranteed money left. Excuse me. But all that to say, I'm cool with Stefon Diggs. The only concern I have would be, is he healthy? I don't think his attitude is going to be a problem because, again, he's a baller when he's 100% healthy. And Pete Carroll is known to juggle crazy, insane personalities on and off the field. So what are your thoughts on all this? What are your thoughts on grabbing Shedeur at 6 if that's the only way to possibly get him? Are you anti that no matter what? I still think he can turn into our Jordan Love if he cooks for a couple years in the oven under Geno Smith. What are your thoughts on grabbing Stefon Diggs? Comment below your thoughts. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, join the Patreon, hit that like button. Bob and Brad is the sponsor for this video. That is my first sponsor ever. Tuesday, March 18th when you're watching this. This was a big milestone. I could not have done it without you guys. You know, I got emails from a couple people that want to sponsor this show, and that's because you guys keep watching it and sharing it with your friends and liking the video, and you keep coming back. So, look, I owe all this to you. I'm one step closer to making this my full-time job, and if you want to support the channel further, join the Patreon, or, you know, just check out Bob and Brad and maybe buy it for yourself, buy it for a loved one, buy it for a son or a nephew or a niece or a goddaughter or whoever you want to grab it for because it is a premium product. It's already like 10% discounted on Amazon, and then you get 10% more when you use the promo code, which is linked in the description below, or it is the top pinned comment. Please be sure to subscribe. It's free after all, no charges to you. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.